Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Satia Industries Limited Q4 and FY23 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Diwakar Pingle from EY. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Renju. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Satia Industries Limited, I welcome all of you to the company's Q4 and FY23 earnings conference call. You would have already received the results in the investor presentation, which is also available in the exchanges on the company's website. To discuss the company's business performance in the quarter gone by, we have with us today the top management of Satia Industries, represented by Mr. R.K. Bhandari, the Joint Managing Director, and Mr. Rachit Nagpal, the Chief Financial Officer of the company. Before we proceed the call, please note that anything that is said in this call during the interaction under collaterals, which reflects our outlook towards the future, which should not be construed as a forward-looking statement, must be viewed in conjunction with the risks the company faces and may not be updated from time to time. More details are provided at the end of the investor presentation and other filings that can be found at the company's website at www.satiagroup.com. With that said, I'll now hand over the call to Rachit Nagpal. Over to you, Rachit.
Thank you, Diwakarji. Very good afternoon. I would like to welcome everyone to the earnings call for Satia Industries Limited, where we will be discussing the financial results for Q4 and financial year 23. Our company is a fully backward integrated paper pulp producer that is based on agro and wood resources. We benefit from our strategic location in India's wheat belt, which ensures a steady supply of raw materials throughout the year. We are pleased to announce that our Q4 and financial year 23 results are strong, with the third consecutive quarter of improvement in EBITDA margins. This is due to a healthy pricing environment and cost-cutting measures such as caustic soda recovery, clean and green energy production capabilities. Our Q4 financial year 23 sales and EBITDA were one of the highest, with revenue from operations growing by 75% year-on-year to INR 5,206 million, and EBITDA margins reaching 26.2%, which are one of the historic high. We attribute this growth to our strong relationships with state boards with a healthy order book. For financial year 23, our revenue from operations increased by 111% year-on-year to 18,837 million. Our focus on profitability has yielded positive results, with EBITDA margins improving for the third consecutive quarter. Our Q4 financial year 23 EBITDA was 1,362 million and margins were 26.2%. Strong volumes, healthy order book and higher operational efficiencies are the key factors for the improvement. Our cost of material consumed has come down to 40% in Q4 financial year 23 as compared to 50% in Q4 financial year 22 and 47% in Q3 financial year 23. Our financial year 23 EBITDA grew by 123% to INR 4,118 million with margins of 21.9%. We expect margins to remain sustainable as long as prices remain at similar level, which we anticipate will be the case based on the current scenario. Our PAT for Q4 was 463 million, a growth of 57% year-on-year. However, we have made some changes to our depreciation estimate with regards to residual value, resulting in additional non-cash depreciation amount fully booked in Q4. Our PAT grew by 91% to 1,922 million. Our order book is healthy, with over 24,000 tons to be executed in Q1 financial year 24. We have recently received orders of over 8,000 tons from Gujarat and Telangana state boards, providing us with solid revenue visibility to steer through any volatility in prices. We are also pleased to report that we are currently commissioned 2 machines of 1 ton each. We would share the more information later during the year. Given our strong cash generation capabilities, we have made significant progress in reducing our long-term debt. In addition to normal debt repayments, we had repaid 350 million till April 23, out of which the payment of 263 million was made in April 23 itself, the rest in financial year 23. Our credit rating has also been upgraded by Fitch India Rating and Research from A to A positive with a stable outlook. Lastly, we are happy to announce that our board has declared a total dividend of 40% for financial year 23. We believe that the paper industry will continue to grow given the national education policies emphasize on a wider range of subjects, including arts, sports, and vocational skills, which creates new opportunity for our writing and printing paper segment. Thank you for joining us, and we will now move to the question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question comes from the line of Manan Poladia from MKP Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello, Rachit. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
First of all, congratulations on the great set of numbers. So my first question is on the depreciation end of things. I know there is a one-off 60 crore write-off that you have taken. What I wanted to understand was that the rest of the 50 crore depreciation that is there relative to QOQ 33 crores, right? So that extra 17 crore line item will be there in every quarter going forward?
No, this is a one-time activity, like we have changed our estimates in respect of depreciation. So
right.
On the basis of technical advice and recommendations by the auditors, we have changed our estimate in respect of depreciation. Earlier we were taking residual value at 10%, which is now revised to 5%.
That I understand.
Would be changed, the depreciation would be 126 crores for this financial year. So it has impacted the current year depreciation by almost 80 crores.
Right. Okay, so you are saying what will be the straight line, like what will be the depreciation line item going forward in the coming few quarters?
125 crores approximately.
125 crores for the whole year?
Yes, for the next.
So about 33 odd crores per quarter, right?
Yes.
Okay, understood. So that's my first question. Also, my second question is on the cutlery that we were supposed to manufacture. I read that you installed 2 of the machines, right, already?
Yes.
So what is the guidance on that segment going forward? Are we going to install the rest of the 6 machines this year or next year?
Yeah, actually, those 2 machines have been erected, but they are still under commissioning. Exact production rate that was to come hasn't come so far. So
right.
Once we are confident, and that was the part of the deal, that if they give us 70% of the rated capacity minimum,
right,
we will immediately take delivery of the next machine. So once we achieve this efficiency of 70% within, say, next 10 to 15 days, which we will come to know, then we will decide the future course. Yes.
Okay,
and we are simultaneously trying to run 2 machines of Zume also lying with us. We are trying to source out some expertise where we can run those machines also. Yes.
Right, understood. Thank you, Rachit. I will return to the question queue.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of Vishal Prasad from VP Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. So the first question that I have is, what benefit we get under Section 80 IA? What are the conditions we need to fulfill to get the benefit?
So 100% of the eligible profit which we earn from our co-generation division, which is power generation division, is eligible under this section. So for this year, currently it is almost 120 crores.
Yeah, I understand. So what are the conditions that we need to fulfill? Has government prescribed these are the conditions that companies need to fulfill to get the benefit?
Conditions like we have to maintain separate books of accounts. We have a separate, we have to separate our power generation from the paper division. So that is why we are reporting separately the results of this power generation. And the machinery should be the new machinery. So these are the conditions of Section TIA which we are maintaining that.
Okay. And why I ask this is West Coast, they used to get the benefit till 2020. However, the assessing officer disallowed it 2-3 years back. So are we sure, I mean, we are eligible because none of the other companies are getting this benefit and West Coast also was disallowed after getting the benefit for 20 years?
So since 2018, we are getting this reduction and there is no disallowance in the past. And we are hoping for the best, like the AO will agree the same in the next year. Also, we are doing it on the transfer pricing mechanism, which have taken the advice from Big Four, and we are very hopeful the same will be allowed in the later years too.
Okay. And is there a sunset date for this facility?
Yeah, we have started in 2018. So basically, there are two divisions. So for the first division, we have started taking it from 2018. So from 10 years from that, and for cogeneration 2, we have started taking in 2021. So our sunset date would be 2031.
Okay, got it. So the next question that I have, sir, is what % of our revenue has come from state boards this year?
Yeah, it is approximately 40 to 45%.
Okay, so if I look at the market and what we have told in the past, it's a 5 lakh ton market. And we are a very strong player there, but we still stick to 10-15% of it. So could you talk about why we shy away from increasing our revenue from state boards?
Yeah, I am Bandari this side. I would like to comment on that. Actually, we have 3 machines which have watermark paper making facility. So on those 3 machines, we make almost 1.35 lakh ton of paper every year. And since we have our own dealer network also, more than 85 dealers, so we have fixed quota for them to lift, which they lift every year. So we have to maintain that balance every year. So number one, because of the limit of the watermarking capacity on the existing machines. And number two, because we want to maintain our share in the open market also. So that's why we have kept it anywhere between 50 to 60,000 ton every year. But of course, looking to the market scenario, we can always increase or decrease it. That is not an issue.
Okay. So, sir, when we bid for these state boards, do we see the larger like JK or Century, are they our competition or it's the smaller players?
Well, Century Paper Mill, they do come in many tenders. JK, West Coast, all these players, they come into the cover segment, Balarpur also, cover paper for the books. They normally quote for that segment. Since they do not have machines where they have watermark paper making facility, so that is one reason they are not able to quote. Yeah. And then they have their own network also, which maybe is good enough to lift whatever they are producing. So either you can have that option or you can go in for this option. So that balance one has to see looking to one's own consideration in the state industry. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, if we look at JK and TNPL, they have very strong relationship with the farmers, which give them access to 25,000 and 40,000 acres of hardwood plantation. Mostly these are farmers, they grow it for JK and TNPL. This ensures that the supply of wood chips comes to them whenever they want. So are we as a company looking to build such relationships with the farmer so that we have that trust-based relationship and they supply to us, mostly to us, because we are increasing the capacity of our wood chip pulp plant, and we would be needing a lot of wood chips.
One factor is, like Punjab is a very rich agriculture area. The farmers are very rich and land holding is very good, and land too is very fertile. So what they do here is whatever agroforestry we encourage farmers. We every year during the season time, we have Operation Green with us, and our raw material within the raw material team, they distribute lakhs and lakhs of free saplings to the farmers for growing on the berms of the boundary of their fields. So that is how whatever best we can do in our area, we are doing it, and we are conscious that this is our social responsibility also. So whatever wood we use, we must plant that. So we try to maintain that balance somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. One last question, sir. So JK has put up a small corrugated plant in Ludhiana. I mean, previously we used to mention that within 100 kilometers there are no paper mills. Now JK is there, and they have put up a small plant, and I believe once they are comfortable with the plant, they are going to increase the capacity. So are we going to face challenges in terms of sourcing the raw materials sometime in the future?
They are only making boxes. They are not producing any paper in this region, number one. So even today, our major sourcing, almost 30% is from local area, which will remain good for supply for us only, and the rest is from J&K, Hoshiarpur area, Yamunanagar, and then UP. So here all the mills who are in this field, they are all sourcing from this region. So I think everybody is getting his share. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Vishal, please follow up for questions. Follow the queue. Thank you. Before we take the next question, a reminder to all the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question comes from the line of Prashant Rishi from Cascade Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, is the PM4 backward integration project, is it complete?
Yeah, wood pulping backward integration for PM4 is 50% already complete. Earlier we could make 180 ton of wood pulp from our existing pulp mill. Now we can go up to 250 ton. But looking to the falling prices of hardwood pulp in the international market, so maybe we may or may not be using that capacity in near future, in this year. We may be buying and using imported hardwood pulp to some extent, could be more useful. So that is how the company is going to work in this financial year. But definitely we can today make 250 ton of hardwood pulp against our earlier capacity of 180 tons, so which is good enough for PM4. Yes.
Okay. Sir, next question. You said pulp international hardwood pulp prices are falling. Can you share some numbers? And for paper prices also.
Yeah, from $960 per ton, it has come down to anywhere between $500 to $550 per ton.
Okay.
And paper prices, you already know, international paper prices, they are anywhere in the range of $950 to $950 plus minus, depending upon the quality.
Okay. And paper prices have also come down, sir?
Yeah, definitely they have come down. International paper prices have come down, but in India, so far the paper prices, due to strong demand in the indigenous market, they haven't come down. Only last month, big mills, they already increased some price, and even B-grade mills, they also increased some price. But maybe once season is over, within next 1 or 2 months, those mills who do not have the requisite orders, they may soften the prices to some extent. Maybe that is a possibility. We cannot ignore. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, what were the paper prices in international market earlier when the pulp prices were $960 a ton?
Actually, at that time from India itself, we were exporting at $1,200, $1,150, $1,200 to Middle East and African countries and all these places. Now from China and Asian countries, so it's coming anywhere between 950, so almost $200 nearly, you can say that.
Thank you. Mr. Rishi, we request that you return to the question queue for follow-up questions. Next question comes from the line of Harshit Jain from Ra Investments and Advisory LLP. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. First of all, congratulations for a great set of numbers. My first question would be regarding, since you mentioned that the paper prices internationally have been coming down. So are we able to sustain the current operating profit margin of around 26% for the current quarter and for the current financial year FY24?
Yeah, since we have already through at least 1 month and we have orders in hand for another 1.5 months with us. So this quarter should be good, at least to sustain the margin in this range, number one. And number two, if the sale prices are coming down, the raw material prices, they have also come down. And chemical price, they have come down substantially, like caustic, which has gone up to even 65,000 rupee per ton, has come down to less than 34,000 rupee per ton. So all prices, they are coming to their older level. So whatever price reduction in the selling price may come, I think it will be offset by cost in reduction of raw material and chemical prices. So the margin on average basis, as we did last year, 21% EBITDA near about. So we should be able to maintain maybe but EBITDA in the first quarter, since we have orders in hand of higher price realization. So we may have good EBITDA in the yes. So rest of the year, yeah, please.
Yes, sorry. So for full year, can we expect EBITDA percent of around 23%, if not 26?
Yeah, 21% plus minus, anyway, depending upon, so you know all how many factors are there. Fuel prices, we cannot predict that. And
right.
Raw material prices, definitely they are tempting at the moment. Chemical prices are down. So depends upon the international scenario. Like this opportunity has come that hardwood pulp prices are very down. So people are switching over to hardwood used imported more so that they can save by producing their own wood pulp, which is proving little costly. Similarly, waste paper prices, they have come down significantly by almost 30% plus. So good waste, we have 150 ton de-inking plant. So we are making all those permutation and combination to see that we are able to restrict our cost of raw material consumed to 40% plus minus. Yeah. Which had at one point of time gone up to 47% when our EBITDA came down to almost 20%.
Okay. And my last question would be regarding our fuel and power costs. So any plans to further reduce it? Because in previously, couple of quarters back, you mentioned that you would be going to buy stubble from farmers to run your boilers and plant. So any status on the same?
Yeah, already we have one boiler. 50% of the fuel is rice straw only, which is costing us less than 2,500 rupees per ton, even inclusive of insurance and storage and transportation costs, all inclusive. So against rice fuel cost of almost 7,000 to 8,000 rupee per ton. So we are going to start our second boiler by December or January next year. And on that, once that boiler starts, then our 100% fuel would be rice straw. This year also we have purchased 1.5 lakh ton of rice straw from the farmers and we are storing it and we are using that fuel only. and 50% we are using rice husk. So next year, almost 80 to 90% will be rice straw, and 20% should be rice husk. So then our fuel cost will further go down substantially.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, and all the very best for future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of B.R. Nahak from Milli Consultant. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Congratulations, Bandari Saab and full team for excellent result.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just wanted to know whether in line with the coal prices coming down, whether rice husk prices has also fallen, and if so, how much percentage-wise?
Rice husk prices have definitely fallen. Last year, the peak price was almost 11,000 rupee per ton. Rather, in the last, it was 9,000 rupee a ton. So this year, it has come down by almost 2,000 rupee a ton, 20-25%. So we do not know how long this trend is likely to continue, but since in Punjab, government is insisting that more and more mills, they use rice straw, especially the new industry, and most of the mills are trying to switch on to that fuel. So I think it should remain in this range only, 7,000 to 8,000 rupee only. Yeah.
Okay. And about the wheat straw, also where the prices have come down compared to last year?
Yeah. Presently, it is in the range of, as such basis, it is almost 6,000 rupee a ton, while earlier in the last year, throughout the year, it was on an average of 10,000 rupee a ton.
Okay. So based on these price reduction in raw material and fuel prices, basically, and keeping the selling price at same level, it's like, and also caustic soda has come down, as you mentioned, sir. So margin in this quarter should expand, like other mills are almost close to 30%. Can we expect in this quarter this kind of performance?
Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe this quarter should be good. Looking to all these things, as you rightly pointed out, and from next quarter onwards, depends on the price of the paper, whether it remains stable or goes down. Yeah.
My last question, sir, is about paper mill, old paper mill, the plan for increasing their speed and to increase the production of paper by minimum just debottleneck it. So when we can see the increased production, sir?
In this year, like on the new paper machine, we made almost 72,000 ton paper, which was almost 200 ton paper per day.
Yes,
so
sir.
this machine has on average GSM of 60, a production capacity to make 300 ton, because we have been making lower GSM paper. So we made almost 200 ton plus the downtime involved in handling the initial problems on the machine. So maybe we are able to get almost 20% more production on PM4 itself in the next financial year. So overall, our tonnage should be 8 to 10% higher quantity-wise.
So we can expect close to 240 capacity-wise?
No. Last year we made 210,000 ton, 209,000 ton. So next year could be anywhere between 225 to 235, 230 or 2, in that range. Yeah.
Thank you, Bandari Saab. All the best.
Thank you. Ji, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of Govindlal Kilada, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thanks for the opportunity. I got two questions. One on NEP demand, sir, new education policy. How incremental demand, how much you are expecting, sir, this year and next 2-3 years?
Actually, I have been talking on this even earlier. So they say that there are almost 25 crore students still plus 2 in India. So if we say that their average bag load is anywhere around average of 4 to 5 kg, and we are able to, government is proposing to change curriculum for even 50% of the books. So we should see a tremendous increase in the demand, which could be almost equal to the consumption of writing and printing paper in India, which could happen over a period of, let's say, 1 or 2 years, which is anywhere around 50 lakh to 60 lakh tons. And besides this, the help books, the guides, everything that gets published along with the basic textbooks, so that demand should come additionally. So I think next 2 to 3 years seems very good for writing and printing segment. And all mills in writing printing segment should not face major problem as far as demand or the profits are concerned. So that is my perception of the market at the moment.
So my second question is regarding this other expenses. They have gone up substantially quarter on quarter, 122 to 144 crores. What was the main impact, sir, on that?
It is mainly because of the increase in the fuel cost itself. One was pro rata increase in the fuel cost, that was one part, and increase in fuel cost itself per ton of paper led to increase of almost 4,000 rupee a ton. That was almost 84 crore. So these two things, one pro rata increase in production and vis-a-vis and the cost of fuel consumed, total cost, and second increase in the price alone led to increase of 84 crore. Yeah.
Actually, coal prices have come down now, sir, quarter on quarter.
We are not using any coal since we are using only ricer. So, yeah.
Follow this almost pulp you are 962, 500. They have come down. You are telling almost it is a very huge. So you are not seeing, sir, converters who import the pulp or out of India who make paper out of this pulp by buying from outside, doesn't have captive. So their cost of production will go substantially down. So you are not seeing that will impact domestic paper prices, sir?
The ups and downs in the paper prices, they may remain there like in any commodity otherwise also. But the main thing is that we are able to maintain our margins or not. Definitely, if there is an opportunity whereby we can use imported hardwood pulp or imported waste for good quality and reduce our overall cost of raw material and chemical consumed. So everybody uses it to reduce one's cost of production only. So that is how we work all the time. We have to be as dynamic as the market is. So maybe prices reduce, then you are buying raw material at a cheaper cost. So your margins will remain more or less the same despite all those factors.
No, there are two separate things, sir. One is because of input costs going down, margins will come down. Absolute, I want to understand paper prices, how much from current almost 90 plus India domestic market, how much they can come down. That is the thing I want to understand.
Yeah, it could come down anywhere between 8 to 10%.
8 to from current prices.
Yeah.
That is for whole year we should take, or it is for off season only?
Of the rest of the period that is likely to come in the. It may come. I am saying vis-a-vis the import prices. So far in India, as I said earlier, the import prices, they were never a consideration. They were not a factor in the domestic prices so far, because all mills were heavily booked. They were not able to make the deliveries. So even despite cheaper imports which remain in the same level which were happening earlier due to whatever reason. So nobody reduced prices. That did not have any effect on the indigenous paper prices. So, but presuming in the long run that effect may come with the downsizing of the indigenous demand, if it happens, then prices to the most can, as we do our calculation, that even if they come down to 80, what kind of margins we will be having on that, looking to our present costing scene. So we see even if it is at 80, 8 to 10% down, we still are able to maintain our margin of 21% plus minus of EBITDA. So that is how we see that. So you can never take a very price, yeah.
So to sum up, last quarter we had 26% margin, and paper prices which come down even 8-9 rupees also, some 3-4 rupees cost benefit we will get, some 4-5% margin impact may come. That is the that is no. Okay, sir. Last one thing, anything idea on wood prices, wood chip prices, they have come down or gone up, sir?
Wood chip prices are now coming down because people are shifting to hardwood pulp. So my cost of, if I buy hardwood pulp at $500, so my cost of imported hardwood pulp is cheaper than my indigenous hardwood pulping prices inside the mill. So this may affect in the long run on the local wood chip prices.
Thank you. Mr. Govindlal, we request that you return to the question queue for follow-up questions. Next question comes from the line of Gurvinder Juneja from Fortuna Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for taking my question. My question is about, sir, this year you have managed to utilize the new capacity and covered all the initial problems that may have come in expanding and producing efficiently. What is the outlook you have on further addition of to the capacity in the next year and the year beyond?
Yeah, I earlier said also, okay, like this year we made almost 72,000 ton on the new machine. So next year we could have additional tonnage of 15 to 20,000 ton on this machine, which should happen in this year only. So which should take our production to anywhere between 225 to 230,000 ton in this financial year. Secondly, we are proposing to increase the existing speed of PM3, which was running earlier, which is presently running at 650 meters. So we propose to take it to anywhere around 800 to 850 meters per minute speed. So, but that project will happen in the financial year 24-25. So then it will increase the production of that machine by another 30 ton per day, which could be another almost 15,000 ton every year. So that is the future overall prospect. So 15 to 20,000 ton plus in this year and another 15,000 ton in the next year. So that is the plan for next 2 years, 2 to 3 years.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of Anil Kumar Sharma, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Congrats for the great numbers. Sir, my question is, sir, in this year we have earned almost 400 crores of cash profit. It is a great number. What we have paid only, though percentage term it is 40%, but we have given only 4 crore dividend, and that is very hampering our stock prices. If you see vis-a-vis your competitors, you know what well they have paid on the smaller earning, they have paid the 3 rupees dividend or the higher dividend. So that is the problem. Our stock price is not increasing. So what is the policy on that? Can you give some color on that? Okay, it is too less. I think that 400 crore cash profit and 4 crore dividend is very on lower side.
Yeah, definitely we can put forward your feelings to the board, and we will try to put it forward very, very strongly. So that every shareholder is benefited. So the competitor announcing 300% dividend, everybody has his own strategy. So we cannot comment on that. But definitely, as you said, we can take your request to your perception to the board. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of Utsav Anand, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Congratulations on the great set of numbers. I would like to know regarding the employee expense that's gone up from 23 crores to 30 crores.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm audible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I would like to know regarding the employee benefit expense, right? The cost has gone up from 23 crores to 30 crores. I would like to know, any particular reason for that?
Actually, you look at the specific numbers, so then the total cost is insignificant. Now, even if earlier it was anywhere in the range of, let me just it was last year it was 4,227 per ton of paper, and this year it has gone up to 4,366 only. So one reason is that when we had the new machine, we employed almost 500 more people.
Okay.
So that was one reason. But if you look at the cost per ton, the increase is even less than 5%, which is very, very nominal.
Okay, so just wanted to confirm there's no increase in the remuneration for the directors or the CEO, right? Or that has been done?
Yeah, whatever has been done as far as the increase in the director's remuneration is there, that is already in the public domain. So otherwise, the total cost, if you look at the figure per ton basis, so it is hardly more by 4-5%.
I just wanted to confirm the director remuneration is same for both the last quarter, right? It has not gone up.
Yes. There is no this only relates to the normal increments of the employees.
Okay, just wanted to confirm on that. And regarding the export orders, how do you see the growth coming there?
Sorry?
Pardon?
Regarding the export orders, how do we see the growth coming there over there?
Actually, export at the moment is not very competitive. As I said earlier, the paper from China is coming at the price of $950 to $980 anywhere in the world. So we are definitely doing export, meeting demand of our customers who are attached with us, but that will remain within the range of 4 to 5% only, and so that it meets whatever export requirements we have to fulfill our ability also. So we are not focusing much on the export. So out of our total tonnage, 5% we may do export this year.
Okay. And just last question regarding finance costs. Do we see this coming down this year? Because it's around 9 crores, approximately 10 crores.
Rachit,
sorry, could you please repeat your question?
I just wanted to ask regarding the finance cost, right? The finance cost around 10 crores with the profit margin steady, right? Do we see that cost coming down?
Yeah, it will came down definitely. We are in the mode of repayment, as already I mentioned, we have repaid 35 crores in the month of April. So we are reducing our debt, and it will came down in the coming years.
Will you paying you get 35 crores in February, right? Any amount that you're paying this quarter as well? Or no plans right now?
So we have already paid 35 crores in this quarter, 27 crores almost we have paid in April and 8 crores in yesterday only. So we have target of around prepayment of 50 crores, that is in addition to the normal repayments. So definitely, so with this, the finance cost will reduce.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on the great set of numbers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of Vishal Prasad from VP Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, I have a few more questions. So, sir, for our 300-ton wood pulp plant, what would be the annual wood chips requirement?
So, for 300-ton plant, the requirement will be almost 1,000 to 1,200 ton of wood chips
Per day?
Yeah, because that contains almost 50% moisture.
Okay.
So 600 ton is the oven dry weight, and if the yield is anywhere in the range of 47 to 48, 50%, so the pulp should be around 300 ton. So
Okay.
out of this, we don't buy only wood, we buy bamboo also, which is anywhere in the range of 200 to 250 ton per day. And then we buy veneer waste, which is again in the range of 300 to 500 ton. And the rest of the material we buy wood, fresh wood, eucalyptus or poplar.
Okay. Okay. For the capex that we have done, I mean, we are going to get SGST exemption for a few years. In one of the calls in 2020, we mentioned that getting the refund from the government is really tough. Bhandari sir, why did we say that?
Pardon?
I mean, for the capex that we have done, we are going to get SGST exemption. That would be applicable for many years. So in 2020, one of the calls in 2020, we mentioned that getting the refund from the government would be a bit difficult, the exemption from the government in SGST. So I was wondering, why did we...
Yeah, Rachit, I think can better explain, because the first project was started in the year. Rachit ji, aapke paas hai data exact, so
I don't have the number right now, so I think I can answer this separately.
Yeah, actually, what happened that we had almost 3 projects which we did in the past 7-8 years, and the first project which we did in I don't remember the exact date at the moment, but still the benefit, the GST certificate that you have to get from the government, even getting that is the hell of a business. So we did meet the top authorities in the state. We had a meeting with the CM also. He said he did give direction down the line. So that was the reason that I said, normally whatever we do based on our individual business viability, commercial viability of the business itself, and whatever subsidy or benefit that we get from the government, that we take as the windfall. So that is what I meant in that. That doesn't mean that we are leaving that unpursued. So we are strongly pursuing that also. There is a separate team on one of the projects is given to E&Y only. This year, this new project of 500 crores given to Ernst & Young only so that if there has been maybe some problem, some shortcoming in our pursuit, so they could do it a little better. So we are trying our best still. Yeah. That was.
Sir, we haven't got anything from the government till now.
Yeah, not as yet.
Okay. And sir, we have a CWIP of 137 crores. So what is this for?
Yeah, that is it.
So it is broadly one project is wood pulp modification project. The wood capacity addition is there, It is of 80 crores, and we have made payment to the ITC boiler. Like we are enhancing the capacity of boiler. We have purchased second-hand boiler from ITC. So we have made some payments of around 20 crores. So majorly, these two items contributes in.
Rice straw boiler.
Yeah. Rice straw boiler is also under progress. So almost 25 to 27 crores we have made expenditure on that. So these three projects contribute to the CWIP item.
Okay. Rachit, how much is the maintenance capex yearly?
So it is almost 20 to 25 crores.
Okay. And Bhandari sir, one request I have as a shareholder. We have been very open with our communication in past few years, but we do our AGM on the last day of the year, 30th of September. So can we please try to do it a bit earlier so that we as a shareholder can attend it, because there's a lot of conflict on the last day. There are a lot of companies doing the AGM, and we have been communicating pretty well. So if you guys can think about it, it will be helpful.
Yeah. We have noted down, and we'll see what best we can do about this. So as I have got the data now, the first project was completed for 131 crore in 2016. And second project was completed for 120 crore in 2021. And third, the present one was completed on February 2022. So far, the project is completed in 2016. So still we haven't got anything, though paperwork from our side is 100% complete. So that is why I made that statement. Hope I am able to make myself clear.
Yeah, sure, sir. And sir, if we can do the AGM, physical AGM this year, that will also be helpful. We would like to travel and come and meet you guys.
Rachit ji and myself, we both have noted this, and we'll put it forward to the management.
Yeah, and one last comment on dividends, sir. So we have been prepaying the loans, and we have been doing pretty good work in terms of backward integration. So I would like to see my company investing and trying to do better rather than giving the money back to me. That I would like to do, but I think you guys are doing pretty good. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the last question, that is from the line of B.R. Nahak from Milli Consultant. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Bhandari sir, just one question again. This year, this quarter and year, we have increased the depreciation by changing the depreciation policy and have taken deferred credit of tax quite substantial. So are we going through now this new 25% slab next year? Is this actually correct or something like that, or this what I understand? Yeah.
Rachit, please.
Yes, sir. Which slab of 45% you are talking about?
Yeah.
Sir, sorry, tax rate of 45%. I didn't get your question actually.
No, my question is that this quarter you have debited, you changed the depreciation policy.
Right.
And consequently, depreciation charge has gone up substantial. And you have also taken credit of about 32 crores or something like that from deferred credit.
Deferred. Yes.
So now, two questions. Basically, whether still the deferred expenditure account is still you have some balance. And second is, are we going ahead on the new taxation policy of 25%?
No, depreciation is only a one-time adjustment that has been done. We have changed the residual value from 10 to 5%. So taking the technical advice and recommendations from the experts. So for that reason only the deferred tax assets has been created. So consequently, in the next year, the same will be adjusted towards the coming depreciation in the next year. So that is only the one-time adjustment we have made.
Naharji, I think what you are asking is that we remain below MAT because of the ATIA benefit.
Yeah.
We pay MAT every year, so our since ATIA exemption is there, so our tax actual under income tax law doesn't increase than the MAT itself. So we are more or less, we shall remain in that bracket only. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. We have reached the end of question and answer session. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Yeah. Thank you everybody, and we assure you we'll be doing our best in the future also, and whatever impressions that we are carrying from our shareholders and investors, will carry it forward and see what best we can do for all the stakeholders. Thank you for your interest once again. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of Satia Industries Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.